Good evening, EES students and parents. Welcome back to another edition of Mr. Schroeder's Storytime. As you can tell, I have another special guest this week. This is Mr. Grayson. He is going to read a chapter of a book to you that he likes as part of the Student Jobs program. So I appreciate Grayson doing this for us tonight. I hope you enjoy listening to him read.
Today I'm going to read you Wings of Fire to the Hidden Kingdom, and I'm just going to read you Chapter 1. Chapter 1. It had been raining for 5 days. Glory officially hated it. She also was not enjoying the comments from the other dragnettes about how, as a rainwing, she should love this weather. She most certainly did not love this weather. In the caves under the mountain, the dragonettes had never ever been rained on. This downpour felt unnatural and unstoppable and horribly, unpleasantly wet. I don't care if a real rainwing is supposed to like this, she thought as droplets rolled off her snout, seeped through her scales, and soaked her wings until they dragged heavily behind her. If they do, there's something wrong with them. No sensible dragon should enjoy weather that makes it so hard to fly. 3 moons, please let it be, sensible dragons. Let them be nothing like the stories. Everyone said rainwings were useless and lazy, but the tribe lived off by themselves in the rainforest where no one ever saw them, so everyone might be gone. Glory was really hoping they were gone. She shook her whole body and glared at the fog-shrouded sky. What she wanted was more sun. She missed the sun her whole life and hadn't known it until it hit her scales the day they left the caves. More long sunny days would be fine by her. Instead, there was this: rain, mud, more rain, more mud, plus one moaning, groaning, dripping slowpoke of a rounded ceiling. Can we stop? Webbs gasped. I need to rest. We floundered through the mud to a slightly drier spot under a tree. Glory narrowed her eyes at him as the blue-green dragon flopped to the ground. The other dragonettes stopped too, exchanging glances. They were walking today instead of flying, because Webb said it was easier on his injury, and yet he still asked to stop nearly every 10 steps. Glory was starting to suspect that he didn't really want them to get to the rainforest. But why, she wondered. Is he hiding something? Does it have to do with my parents? As the guardian who I'd stolen from the rainwing tribe in the first place, Webb should have been a helpful fount of knowledge about where she came from. Instead, he got all mumbly and forgetful whenever they asked about the rainforest dragons. Clay paced over to Webbs and peered down at his wound. They'd wrapped it in seaweed soaked in ocean water for as long as they could. But now they were too far inland to get any more. The poison scratch near Webb's tail had become an ugly gash surrounded by blackened scales, and the black seemed to be spread a bit more each day. None of them had any idea what to do to combat sandwing poison. Not to mention, we have no idea why Blister wanted Webbs dead so badly. I mean, I think he's awful, but she doesn't even know him. Glory glanced at Starflight. the Black Nightwing, who was the smartest dragonette she knew, and probably still would be even if she knew more than 4 dragons. She wondered if he had any theories about blistering webs. Clay swept his tail through the mud, looking worried. I hope the Lanewings can help him, he said. This isn't exactly like their venom, but maybe they'll have more ideas than we do. Glory shook out her wings and looked away. She didn't care. The other dragonettes felt some kind of misguided loyalty to their old guardian, as if it was their responsibility to save him. She was the only one who seemed to remember how he'd be willing to stand by and let someone kill her. Stealing her egg had been his idea too. The prophecy called for a skywing, but when the Talons lost their skywing egg before it hatched, Webbs had decided to replace it with a rainwing. It was his fault Glory had been forced to grow up under the mountain, far from her home and family, learning about a prophecy that didn't even have a place for her in it. It was easy for the others. There was no question about their destiny, but Glory, if she was meant to help save the world, then why hadn't the prophecy called for a rainwing? And if she wasn't necessary for this big grand destiny, then what was the point of her life at all? Maybe it was one big mistake. But when she thought like that, she ended up having violent dreams about ripping webs apart. So better not to think about it. Destiny will have to sort itself out. Right now she was going home. The branch above Glory suddenly dipped and dumped a lake's worth of water onto her head. She looked back with a haste and glared up into the tree. Shh, Tsunami said from above. She dropped down to the ground and peered around at the gloomy swamp. There's a pair of mudwings headed this way, but they'll never see us in this weather. Rolls of thick gray fog hung over the mud, wreathing the stunted trees like smoke around a dragon's horns. It was hard to tell what time of day it was. The sky was gray in every direction, and the rain drizzled down like relentlessly. Glory agreed with Tsunami. A dragon could barely see her own wingtips in this, let alone another dragon. We should still hide, Starflight said agnosiously. We're only a day's flight from Queen Moorhen's palace right now. If we get caught, more prison, Clay said with a sigh. Every queen they'd met so far seemed determined to keep the dragons trapped under their claws. They'd escaped Queen Scarlet's prison in the Sky Kingdom only because of Glory's venom, a secret weapon even she hadn't known about until she needed it. She touched her forked tongue to her fangs and glanced at the sky. They still have no idea if Queen Scarlet had survived Glory's attack. Given their luck, Glory was pretty sure Scarlet was alive and planning some horrible revenge. After that escape, they'd gone looking for safety with Tsunami's mother, Queen Coral of the Sea Wings. Of course, Coral had decided to lock them up as well. Glory hadn't been surprised. Not even family could be trusted when it came to the prophecy. Everyone had their own plans for how this war should end. So if Queen Moorhen of the Mudwings found them in her territory, she probably wasn't going to give them tea and send them on their way. The Mudwing Queen held court beside a large lake on southern edge of Mud Kingdom. Glory remembered the map of Pyria, and a shiver of relaxation ran down her spine. If Starflight was right, and they were only a day's flight from here, then they must be only a day's flight from the rainforest as well. From the rainforest and Glory's tribe. And then I'll belong somewhere. The rain wings won't care that I'm not in some prophecy. Glory, Tsunami scolded. Bright yellow scales are the one thing they might see. Go back to camouflage. Glory glanced down and saw the starburst of gold that had appeared all across her scales. Those meant happiness or excitement, as far as she knew, since she'd been seeing them pretty rarely in her life. It drove her crazy when her scales changed color without her telling them to. They did that way too often. She had to squash every big motion before it splashed all over her. She concentrated on the steady drip drop of the swamp around them, staring down at the thick brown mud oozing through her claws. She imagined the fog widening around her wings, slipping into the cracks in her scales and spreading like gray clouds rolling across the sky. And she's gone, Tsunami said. She's still there, Sunny piped up. She edged closer to Glory and bumped one of her wings. See, right there. She stretched out a talon, but Glory moved out of reach. Sunny felt around in the air for a moment and then gave up. The little sandwing had been unusually quiet for the last few days. Glory guessed Sunny hated the rain too. The desert dragons were designed for searing heat, blazing sun, and endless clear sky days. Even an odd-looking sandwing like Sunny still had the instincts of her tribe. Lily Clay was the only one happy about the weather. Only a mudwing could appreciate the squishing and squashing under their claws as they traveled through the swamp. Starflight swiveled his head suddenly. I think I smell someone coming, he whispered. He shuddered from horns to claws. Don't panic, Tsunami whispered back. Clay, you hide me and Sunny. Starflight, find a shadow and do your invisible petrified nightwing thing. Glory, you can shield webs. No thanks, Glory said immediately.
Awesome job by Mr. Grayson as he read the book to you tonight, Wings of Fire, The Hidden Kingdom. If this is a book that you would like to learn more about or to check out from the library, please go down to our school library to check it out so you can read it as well. But thanks again to Mr. Grayson.
And I hope you had fun reading with me.
All right, awesome job. Good night, guys.